Good morning, 4:37 in Farm News. The Rally for Rural America took place last Wednesday in Washington, D.C. It was primarily a gathering of corn farmers who were also in D.C. for meetings like the National Corn Growers Corn Congress. Also showing up, the American Farm Bureau State President's Meeting and the American Soybean Association meeting. Although the speeches and message left for the public at the National Mall were pro-renewable fuel and pro-rural America, and everything was positive, looks like they were kind of preaching to the choir. Here are some voices from the Midwest.
And I'm a sixth-generation farmer and able to bring the seventh generation back because of ethanol and because of what it's done to my community. We are small, like a lot of rural communities, and when we saw those first ethanol businesses come in, they provided 40 jobs for the people that worked there. But more than that, that benefit expanded into the whole community. So the school where my grandkids go to school got to add another kindergarten class because of families coming back. We saw families not only come back to be on the farm, but to work in those ag businesses. So everything is better and renewed, and I think there's a renewed sense of hope and optimism out there that indeed the farm can get their money from the marketplace for a change, and that the next generation can come back and have jobs that can compete with those of their friends and their peers in cities.
Ethanol in Minnesota, a lot of farmers and people in town and the communities own their own ethanol plants. And so therefore it's a vibrant part of the community. It provides economic support for Main Street businesses and consumers, and it offers our consumers a great choice between imported oil and homegrown renewable fuels.
I was very impressed by the congressman from Illinois who was in the war in Iraq and talked about how many lives, how many limbs are wasted because we're defending foreign oil over there. I can grow corn in a cornfield and we don't have to have guards out there, or we don't have to worry about the safety. So it's not only about national security, but it's about using renewables that help people breathe cleaner air and provide for rural economic development out there in communities like mine.
Now, the American Petroleum Institute, long known for their opposition to renewable fuels and a participant in litigation intended to limit or reduce the amount of renewable fuels blended into U.S. fuel, gave this response.
Now, the oil and gas industry does not oppose the use of ethanol. Ethanol is a very good blending component in gasoline, and we would blend ethanol into gasoline with or without the mandate. Our concern is that we have an arbitrary mandate that's forcing more and more ethanol into the fuel, and those increased levels could potentially damage our customers' engines and force fuels into the market that the customer doesn't want.
Well, there you are, some voices and faces from the Rally for Rural America in Washington last Wednesday. Ryan Taylor has been appointed to serve as North Dakota State Director for Rural Development at USDA. Taylor is a fourth-generation rancher from Towner, North Dakota. He graduated from North Dakota State University with bachelor degrees in agricultural economics and mass communications. Taylor served in the North Dakota Senate from 2002 to 2012, serving 3 sessions on the Ag Committee. He served as minority leader during his final 2 years in office. Jasper Snyder previously served as North Dakota State Director for USDA Rural Development. He stepped down in April. A Senate spending bill for the Ag Department and Food and Drug Administration extends the ban on horse slaughter for another year. Also, genetically engineered salmon would have to be labeled as GMO under provisions that were added to the Senate Appropriations Committee amendments to the legislation. It also would extend a waiver from the whole grain requirements for school meals.
Specifically, they allow the school nutritionists flexibility in terms of the sodium levels and the whole grain requirement so that they can serve meals that the school kids will eat, that are nutritious, that certainly battle childhood obesity, but also help the schools make their budget.
The Senate Ag Appropriations Bill would also force USDA to delay the end of an import on beef from Brazil and Argentina. The extension of the ban on horse slaughter and biotech salmon labeling requirement are not in the House bill. It's time now for Iron Monday, the latest machinery news brought to you by Degelman. Take a look at their ProTill field cultivator. The Titan Machinery Yield Track bar, paired with Case's new row track planter, developed and designed for 22-inch spacing of row crops here in the Red River Valley. In the last year, farmers in other parts of the Midwest, though, have discovered it helps with compaction issues.
Well, the row track planter, it was first designed, the 24-row, 22-inch model. The yield track model was first designed for the Red River Valley, for the beet country. And, but of course we do all row crops. We do corn, soybeans. We've got yield tracks that are planting edible beans, pinto beans, just any type of edible beans, planting sunflowers as well. We have yield tracks planting canola, anything that you want to plant in a row. You don't want to take your chances as far as spacing and plant stands. Yield track will plant it. It's a joint effort with Case IH. I mean, definitely it is a partnership. We have the great, what I call the best row unit out there, and that is the Case IH Early Riser row unit. And what I think is the best bar out there, which is the Titan Machinery Yield Track bar. It's a perfect marriage of the best bar with the best row unit. And of course, we couldn't do it without Case IH, and we wouldn't be able to do a 24-row, 22-inch planter for the Valley without Titan Machinery. We've got a 24-row 30, and this year we're coming out with a 36-row, 22-inch Titan Machinery Yield Track planter. So compaction's an issue on any farm, so it doesn't matter where you are. This bar is going to help eliminate compaction.
And that's our Iron Monday this Monday morning. Time is 4:44. We're going to take a break, come back, and see where the thunderstorm threat is and who's getting rain this morning, plus where the rain fell in California over the weekend.